my rookie year, I did not have a name brand that I was attached to. After that year, I was lucky enough to sign with New Balance and Warrior, the brand that I used growing up. I've used the Evo heads forever. I had the original blade. Crypto Pro is my favorite shaft. So I was a big gearhead growing up, and just to be able to be kind of attached to that brand officially was really, really cool. And I couldn't have done it without Rob, honestly. You know, he's like an older brother to me, and certainly was in their ear pushing them in my direction. So, you know, I'm kind of forever in debt to him for that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I would say my favorite goal of my career thus far was definitely the backhander in the championship this past year against one of my buddies, one of my best friends, one of the guys who I grew up with, playing with since 5th grade. You know, was able to beat him to goal line extended, threw a little pump fake, continued to get my angle and put it home. I would say that's my favorite goal. My favorite assist was probably my rookie year. The assist that was not really meant to be an assist, but I kind of just tossed one into Ryan Ambler. He made an insane play on the ball, and we ended up beating the Chrome in overtime. My rookie year, I think it was like my 2nd or 3rd game of my career. I actually didn't see the goal because I was running off the field to go substitute, but I would say those two stand out for me in my pro career. Yeah, my older brothers, Blake and Brandon, not really guys that get a lot of the limelight, and because of my career and everything, a lot of my family's events revolve around my lacrosse. But they played growing up. They're the ones that inspired me to get a stick in my hand. My brother Brandon was the first one to start playing in 2nd grade. Blake soon to follow, and obviously, you know, they're 4 years older than me, and I looked up to them so much growing up and still do. So once I had a stick in my hand, I was getting dragged to their practices and was their water boy. Actually, it's funny, Ryan Ambler played with my brothers, and I was the water boy for their team growing up, and now he's one of my teammates. But really just in the way that they held me to a high standard, you know, whether that be on the field or more specifically off the field, I think they really pushed me and guided me in a lot of ways. But when it comes to on the field support, you know, those are two guys that text me before every game, that text me after every game, whether it's good, bad, or anywhere in between, and you know, that's what family is for. So still having them at as many games as I can is awesome, and I would be lying to you if I said I didn't know when they were in the crowd and wanting to make a play because they were there. Yeah, it was really Penn State and Maryland were the top two, which is pretty funny just because of the rivalry I think that we had and created in college. I love Coach Tillman. I have a lot of respect for Coach Tillman, as does everybody in the sport. Those were really the two. Obviously, brothers were at Penn State. Parents are alumni. Aunt is an alumni. My family is just diehard blue and white. My parents knew that it was either going to push me away from Penn State or pull me to it, and luckily it did the latter. And combine that with Coach Tambroni and what he offered in terms of what I was going to get out of the lacrosse experience. Not promising wins and losses, but just that I was going to get better and I was going to be a better person at the end of the day. Between that, the university, you know, my parents hearing that, it was a no-brainer for me. I'd say today Tom Schreiber is a guy that I try to model most of my stuff after, on and off the field. You know, he's the guy that if I have a life question, because obviously what I'm doing right now is a little bit different than your classic 9-to-5 job, and so there are a lot of stressors that come with it. And my mom's response to me always when I have a question is call Tom, because he's not only a great player, his play speaks for itself. He's a great leader, but he's just a great teammate and friend, and he has every intangible that you could want. Being able to play with not only the best player in the world, but also see the human side of him, I think has probably made the biggest impact on me personally and professionally.